Right, we'll now look at the marks screens, but just before we do, I will pull in some more sample data. So if I import data, and we'll do this as a commission, choose dealer C, you'll notice, oh no, sorry, wrong screen. So we'll do dealer C, and we will, in fact, actually, I've got a dealer C file that I'd allocated for stock. So let's change that to stock, and you can see here that the registration numbers don't have any spaces. That's absolutely fine. The system will work out where the space should be. However, if there was an invalid registration, such as a 0 instead of an O, for example, then when you pull the number in, it will be flagged as invalid and won't import, and will appear in the errors section of the import. It looks like this particular file has got 8 columns, with most of them being empty, which is why we're seeing the 8 columns here. But we've got the 2 bits that we're interested in, so I'm going to start import, and this has got a few more records in than just 4 or 5. So we'll just wait for that to start, and look at that. Even then, with 1,000 numbers, it pulled them in at 236 per second. So if we look here, we'll see that there's oh look, there was one error. That looks like there might have been a tab character or something in there. I shall investigate that later, but obviously AB21 LAL is a valid registration, but it may well be that there was a tab or some kind of hidden character on there that caused it to not import. But anyway, we've got a load of new registrations there. I'll just do one more. Let's go to the import, and let's pick the file first. That is a much bigger file, so we'll treat that as a commission, and we will say that that's dealer B, and so we've got those registrations, and we will start to import, and then as that starts, because there's a few more in here, we get a pop-up screen saying that it's importing 6.210%, but whilst that's importing, you can go off and do other things. So you can go off and work on other areas of the system whilst it's importing, so you don't need to sit on the import screen. So I'll leave that running. The 2 buttons here, as this is meant to be the marks video, shows a dealer summary and popular letters. So if we click on the dealer summary, it says that we've got 3 dealers in the system with data in them. Obviously, we don't have any of our own stock or commissions yet, but even in that last sort of couple of minutes, we've got 13,000, and it's obviously still importing. But you can see that it breaks down based on dealer and commission, how many registrations we've got, and what the average cost is, so that it's just a bit of useful information to be able to say that a particular dealer only seems to deal with the larger value items, for example. If we now go to the popular letters, it will basically look at the registrations in the system and identify what 3-letter combinations you've got most of. So that might give you some indication as to what advertising you want to do. So if in this case we've got a few BMW numbers, so that may give you an indication that you want to do some BMW based advertising, because you know you've got enough stock or enough stock and commissions to be able to sustain people looking at the data. Right, that import's now finished, so we'll just have a quick look at the that import. It pulled in 31,000, went at an average of 248 per second, and there we go. We've got 4 errors because there is a DE35, and 35 is not a valid combination yet. Likewise JE99 and 98 and 96. So those were all identified as being invalid, but other than that, it looks like we'd already got those 2 registrations in from the earlier import. So we've been notified that it was £750 more expensive on this import. So we will have stored the details against that. LEW155W, we'll have a look at that in a minute. So if we go to the marks, and if we click on to search marks, we get a little pop-up box, and you get that pop-up box wherever you are in the system. So if you were on the import screen, you could still search. So it was LEW we had. So you can type in up to 3 letters there, up to 4 numbers there, part of a registration there, and it says here that you can use a star for any number of characters, which also includes no characters at all, and underscore for exactly 1 character. So and you can also use a correctly positioned space in the VRN search. So if we were looking for AB57 space T star, then we would look and for that particular registration. Likewise, if you said star 57 space T star, you'd be looking for any registration that had a 57 space T within the registration. But we'll clear that out. We're looking for a Lou. We have got 3 tags set up, so we could search for those, and we've got 3x3 numbers category set up, so we could filter for those as well, but we're not. We're just looking for Lou. So we hit search, and that is identified. We've got 15 Lou, and I am fairly sure it was that Lou 155X. So we pulled it. It was pulled in at 6250. We'd got a £100 markup on it, so it's 6350. The total price is 7716. Even though the edit option is on the right hand side, in 90% of cases you can click anywhere on the line and it will go into edit. Obviously, to delete you have to click the delete option, but if I just click here, so we can see that we've got Lou 155X on commission from dealer B, price 6250, 20% VAT and selling price is 6,350, and then you've got a read-only summary at the bottom that gives you the total. So the VAT on the 6,350 is that. Then you've got the DOT fee. In this case, we've got VAT on the DOT fee, and therefore the total is 77.16, and we've got a gross profit of 100 quid, which is obviously what the markup was. So if we go to the associated info, the top bit, the dates, they're only going to be relevant if it's your stock number, so they may well be hidden shortly if it's not your stock or your commission. We've got the tags that you can start typing to search for a tag. So I type in BO and it's come up with Bob. If you then can't find the tag that you're looking for, you can click plus, and I think this was LEW, wasn't it? So we could put Lewis on there, and if we take off the VAT on the DOT and flip back to that screen, it's then taken the VAT off the DOT and therefore change the VAT element and the total element. So we've got a notes area where you can put had a call from Fred on 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 said he was interested. The contact details for the dealer, because you can see here it's dealer B, but if you want to get in touch with dealer B, then you can click through to the contact details and you can see the details from the main screen. So obviously when I set them up I didn't put any phone numbers and email addresses in there, but you can see those, and if there were any previous sources for this mark, then they would be here. So that shows you the mark editing side of things. I'll hit cancel for the moment, and I think it was Lu155W, wasn't it, rather than Lu155X that we were looking at earlier. Yes, so we can see that dealer B has also got that registration, and you can see what the price is on there. So if we come back to the marks and if we click to add a new mark, you can then type in, if you type in ABC123 blah blah blah, and you will be told that the mark is invalid. If you type in AB99 ABC, you'll be told that 99 is not found in the valid list. It doesn't matter if you don't type in a space, because we'll put the space in automatically, but we effectively do validation on the mark to ensure that what you type in is correct. So let's just go ABC123, and it automatically gets converted to uppercase. We're going to put this on as a commission, and we are going to put it on as our own commission, and therefore, because it sees that my Regmarks demo company is us, and it's a commission, we then get asked who is the commission. Shouldn't actually show 0 there, but we don't have any commission detail. So given that you're in the middle of registering a registration and you suddenly think, oh, I didn't actually set the commission up in the first place, you can click the plus button and you get to effectively type in their name and a short code, so that gets them set up in the system. So if it's Fred Smith that's selling this, and we will, so we've now got Fred Smith as a contact. He wants £1,000 for it. We've got a little calculator button there that automatically applies the markup. So based on the percentages or the flat rates that we've got, we would click that and it would automatically allocates the £100 markup that we've got, and therefore you see all of those figures on that screen. Fred is probably not that registered, so we'll just change that, and then we will create that registration. And we get a little prompt there saying that it's created. And so if we now search for an ABC, then there we go, ABC 123, it's down as us, it's a commission, we're buying it 1,000. We can also show sold numbers. So if someone is interested in selling their ABC number and you do a search and you can't find something that matches, then you can show sold, which obviously won't show anything because we don't have any combinations in, because we've only done imports. But you can show sold and you can show both. In fact, if we do a search for Bob, because we have got some sold ones for Bob, you'll see that they appear in red, and if we click to go in there, it is perfectly obvious that it is sold, and it won't allow you to change anything because it is sold. The only thing you can do is take it off sold, and then that will give you access to change it. So let's cancel from there. The other part of the marks is the filters. So you may be doing a search for a Bob number and it might come up with 350 results. So if you click filter, you can filter based upon dealer, you can filter based upon the commission source, you can filter based on the stock and commission, you can look for current, dateless, prefix and suffix, you can pick a category, which is basically the same as the main search. You can specify how long the alpha needs to be, and how long the number needs to be, and whether you want all marks or only Irish or no Irish, and a fairly basic price selection filter, and whether or not you want to show POA prices. so you can apply those in addition to the search. So if I take the Bob off the search, I take the Bob off the search, and I can see that we've got some 2-letter combinations there. So if I go to filters, I can do that, and I will only see the 2-letter combinations, of which there's 976 of them. If we were interested in a V, for example, or a 2, we could look for V star. In fact, V star and V underscore would be exactly the same in this case, because we're only showing 2-letter combinations anyway. So we've got the 32 V combinations. If the customer also said that they wanted a 6 in the number as well, then you could then come in here and say looking for a 6, and then you'd be able to say yes, we've got 10 combinations for that. If they then said can you send me that list of registrations so that I can have a look, if you tag them, or alternatively you can either tag them individually or tag to select all of them on that page, and then go to bulk actions, you've got an option that says add to target list. So if we choose that, we've now got a target list created with 10 registrations on it, and you can see that we've got 10 targeted, and we can manage the target list, we can clear the target list, we can log an inquiry, and we can send an email. So if I click on to send an email, I then get the ability to type in the recipient name and email, type in the subject line, and it then pulls in the registrations that are targeted. This layout you can change. That will be on an extra video, but you can type those details in, you can hit send, and that will then send that information to that person. And if we click the log inquiry, then similar process, that you can type in their contact details, and it then goes through and outputs the registrations that they were interested in. So if I say it was Fred Smith that was interested in it, and we log the inquiry, it then means that if I go to here and inquiries, we've got a note here that somebody can follow up. If we click on it, we've got basic details and the notes, and you can change it between interested, follow-up, purchase, not interested, so that you can keep a track of an inquiry that has happened. But if we go back to the marks, yeah, let's reset the list so that there's no filters. And so yes, that covers the majority of the mark side of things. Now you'll see we've got 32,000 marks, and we've now got one commission with a commission profit of £100. If you'd pulled in some stock. In fact, let's if we pull in some stock and we'll do it as our dealer. Because most of the time you won't be importing your own stock, you'll only do it once probably in the first instance, because you'll be adding numbers into the system as and when you take on another stock item. You just get a warning just to say that you've chosen your own source to import from. Make sure you're importing your own list and not data from another source. So that's just a sanity check to make sure that you are doing what you are expecting that you're doing. So if I pull in that file and then start the import, there aren't that many records in that file. There we go, 584. So if we come back to the marks and do the dealer summary, there must have been one that was 584 pulled in, but 583, because there must have been an error somewhere. So we've now got 4 dealers, the B, C, E, and then our own company, and we split that between commission and stock. You get a total stock value based on the selling price, and so yeah, you can see how that has changed. And if we go back to popular letters now, you'll see that we've got a few more combinations on the list. So that is the marks side of things.